Hey kiddos. Okay, what we're going to do today is we are going to jump in and we are talking about our first official spelling list for this year. So this is going to be your list of words. Let's see if I can keep my camera. I can't. That's fine. Okay, so this is going to be your first official set of words that's going to last us. This week, you will be studying these today. You will have a test over these, my in-class kids Friday, my virtual kids Monday, okay? And so what we are going to do is we're going to run through, we're going to talk about each of the words, and then we are going to code them. So here's the deal. I know that you do not have this spelling list on paper in front of you. This is going to be posted on Google Classroom. But the other thing that I would really love is for you to, if you have access to a printer, print it out and follow along with me. If you do not have access to a printer and your neatest, tidiest handwriting, you're going to want to write these letters down and then you're going to follow along with me. So the supplies that you need in front of you, you either need to pause this video and go print out the spelling list, or you need to pause this video. You need to open this spelling list on Google Classroom, okay? And you need to copy these words down, and I would copy them down skipping lines in between, leaving you plenty of room because we are going to code them, okay? So pause this video, go take care of that, and then come back. Okay, kiddos, if you've pushed play, you have written these words down on a piece of paper or you have them printed on a piece of paper in front of you. Please make sure that is done. Do not continue this video until you have that done. Okay, here we go. So this list is, actually show it to you small again. This list has a lot of the rules that we spent last week reviewing. The only rule that is not on there are going to be suffixes, okay? And it says that right here, suffixes. I have posted a short review video over suffixes if you need to watch it, if you don't remember what suffixes are or you don't remember how we code them. So what we're going to do is you're going to need your pencil and your spelling list in front of you, and we're going to go through and we're going to code these words together, okay? Here we go. Number one. As a good reader who uses the things that we learn in phonics and learns in spelling, the first thing that I want to do is attack the word with what I know. What do I know about this word? Well, when I look at this word, I can see that I have a VCE pattern. Now remember, kiddos, that stands for a vowel. I'm not going to write out the whole word consonant because it's a really long word and stands for a vowel, consonant, E. So what you see right here is I have a vowel, that's A. I have a V, that's my consonant, and I have an E, okay? So when I see the vowel consonant E or the VCE pattern, however you want to say it is fine, I know from our Magic E review that when I see a VCE, okay, that means that my E is what we call a magic E. It can jump over this consonant right here in the middle, this V right here in the middle. It can give all of its powers to the A. The A is going to say its name, its long sound. So it gets a long line to remind me that this A is going to say A. But, you know, that took a lot out of the E. So the E loses its voice. So we cross it out because we know that it's silent. We don't say it. So this word says G, A, V. Gave. Okay? Make sure you have yours that looks like mine. If I'm going too fast for you, pause in between each word to make sure your word looks like mine. Okay? All right, number two, again, I attack the word with my phonics skills. Again, I see that VCE pattern, okay? That tells me that it's a magic E. It's going to jump over the K, make the O say its name, and the E loses its voice. Our O says its name. It gets the long line over it to remind me that it is long. So it says br-o-k, broke. Notice that I'm not making that E sound. It is silent, okay? It lost all of its voice when it jumped. Okay, if you need to catch up with me, you can pause and then catch up and then push play. Number three, trombone. Okay, I love it when we get into multi-syllable words. Okay, so let's review the steps for separating our word into syllables, chunking it, syllabicating it. Okay, I know that I find my first two vowels, which in this case are O and O. I draw a long line. We call it a bridge in between my V's. So I build my bridge. And then I count my consonants. Okay, kiddos. When there are 2 consonants on a bridge, I know I will always divide in between them. I will always split right down the middle. That is the rule with 2 consonants. So now I have to pretend like this word doesn't exist right now, okay? All I'm looking at is this T-R-O-M. Now, I have to ask myself, is this a closed syllable or an open syllable? And what determines that is if there is a consonant after the vowel. Well, I see that M. That M comes right after the O, and that tells me that the O is closed in, it's squished, doesn't have a whole lot of room. So it says it's short sound. It gets a little U to remind me that it's short, makes the ah sound, okay? All right, so then, now that I've done that, I can look at the second part of that word. But I have another vowel, so I have to keep going, find my vowels, build my bridges. But what do you notice about this vowel? It follows that VCE pattern. So this E is going to jump the N, make the O say its name. The E loses its voice, okay? This is what the word should look like on your piece of paper. Kiddos, all of these strategies that I'm showing you, these are strategies that we can use when we're reading and we come across a word we don't know, okay? Let me scoot that back there so you can still kind of see it, okay? All right, number 4. Remember, if you're not ready to move on, pause and then push play. All right, here we go. Now, again, the first thing I do is attack the word, look at what I know. I see a suffix, and I know that when there is a suffix there, I can box it because FUL at the end of a word will always say full, and it will always mean full of, okay? So I can box it. So now, kiddos, we pretend that this isn't there anymore. Okay, we pretend that it isn't there while we look through the rest of our word. So I label my vowels, but what do you see? A VCE pattern. Now I want to be really, really clear about this. Because full is a suffix, it's boxed. We close it out, we pretend like it doesn't exist anymore. So the E is still at the end of this word. So my E still has the power to jump that R, to make the A say its name, and for the E to lose its voice. And then I come back in and I, really full doesn't go away. We just have to pretend that it does when we code. And so what I'm left with is careful, okay? All right, remember, pause if you need to. All right, number 5. All right, let's look through here. Again, I attack the word with what I know. And what do you see at the end of this word? A consonant LE ending. We have pull, right? PLE says pull. I can circle it, okay? Just like with a suffix, we pretend that while we code the rest of the word that it's gone. Just while we code the rest of the word, okay? So now I have to ask myself, is this an open or a closed syllable? It is, wrong pen. It is closed because look at this M right after my A. It closes my A in, it squishes my A. My A doesn't have any room, so it's squished and it says ah. Okay, but we know A next to an M kind of makes a funny sound sometimes. So this says Sam pull. Okay, sample. All right, let's look at the, pause if you need it. Let's look at number 6. Okay, same thing here, kiddos. I see, I see a CLE ending, so I can circle it, and then I pretend like it doesn't exist while I code the rest of my word, okay? All right, I have PUZ left. So is that an open or a closed syllable? That is closed, okay? It is closed because I have that Z after my U. My U is going to make it short sound. It says okay? So z, zul. But remember from our consonant LE review last week, when I have 2 consonants right next to each other, I don't say puzzle, right? I don't make the z sound twice. this first Z is silent. It's still there. It's just silent. So it says puzzle. Okay? So we cross out that Z so that we know to not say that sound 2 times. Okay? Great. Pause if you need it. All right. Let's look at number 7. Okay. This one, I like it when they get short. Okay? They're nice and easy when they're short. I label what I know. I see the VCE pattern. My E jumps the N, makes the I say its name. The E loses its voice, and I hear pine. Okay? Pause it if you need it. All right, number 8. Okay, let's talk about Q, U for a second. We know in our language, Q and U don't ever separate. They say qua, always. Always and forever. So I like to underline them, especially when we get to words like quit, quite, or quiet, okay? Because they have a Q-U followed by a vowel, and that's kind of hard sometimes to separate in our minds. So remember that U is attached to the Q. The U is not a vowel in this word. The U and the Q are one unit of sound, so we don't label it as a vowel. What I do label as a vowel is my I and my E, and I see the VCE pattern. So my E jumps the I, makes the I say its name, and the E loses its voice. So I have quite. This word says quite. Okay? Pause it if you need it. All right, number 9. Okay, so I see lots of vowels in this word. So the first thing I do is I start with my first 2 vowels. But what do you notice that is special about this word? There are 2 words in here that I know. I know that ball is a word. I know that base is a word. Okay? Does that make sense? Pause if you need to catch up with me. Last one is pavement. Okay? I look at what I know and I see a suffix. Remember, if you don't remember what suffixes are, dogs, if you don't remember what suffixes are, go back and watch my suffix review video that's in the agenda. Okay? So ment means state of. I'm going to box it. And while I'm coding the rest of my word, I can pretend like mint doesn't exist, okay? Because it's all by itself, it will always say mint. So I label what I do see. I see the VCE pattern, okay? So I have pave, and then when I look at what I have in my box, mint, pavement. Okay, kiddos, this is what I would like for you to do. You are going to work through the rest of the words 11 through 20, okay? That's going to be your job. When you're done working through 11 through 20 on your own, you can use help from home, that's fine. Then come back, push play on this video, and I'm going to walk through each one for you. So I just did the first 10 for you, so now you're going to do the next 10 on your own. There is one more word that I am going to do for you because we haven't talked about this yet. It's not in a 1 through 10. And that's number 13, bikes. Okay. When I see ES or S at the end of a word, look, how do I explain this? I know that bike is a word all by itself. When I have that S on the end of it, what it's telling me is that there's more than one, okay? So that S can get boxed, all right? If the word is beaches, I know that beach is a word all by itself. ES can be boxed because it means more than one. So that S and the ES we recognize as a suffix. Now, does that mean, look at number 15. Number 15 has an S on the end, but it's not a suffix because, let's do it this way, because ness is not a word all by itself. So S is not a suffix in this case. Now, ness is a suffix, but not S by itself. So when we look at bikes, okay, I can see that the S is a suffix and it means more than one, so I can box it, and that helps me code the rest of the word, okay? All right, kiddos. So, again, you're going to pause this video. I want you to work through 11 through 20 on your own. Come back to me, and then we're going to work through the rest, okay? Go ahead and pause and get started. All right, if you've pushed play, that means you are ready to check what you've done. All righty, Rue, let's go. All right, I look at the word. The first thing I do is see what I know. Well, I see the consonant L-E ending, K-L-E. I see a closed syllable because of that N after the I, so the I is short. It says I, so I have, this word's weird. I've always thought this word should be a red word. It's twinkle. Okay, I know we want to say twinkle, but we say twinkle. But this is how technically you would code it. Okay, all right, let's look at number 12. See what I know, which is a consonant L-E ending, D-L-E. I have R-I-D left, which is closed because of the D. That I is going to make it short sound, I. But I also see two Ds right next to each other, and that tells me that the first D has to be crossed out. So it says riddle. Okay, we've already done bikes. I'm going to erase beaches so I give myself some room. So let's look at campfire. Okie dokie. All right, let's find all of our vowels because this is a big word. I see lots of vowels. Now, if you look at this word and you already know, boom, this is a compound word. I see 2 words in there. That's great. Divide it. If you look at this word and you don't know what it is, watch how I can find out what it is. So I label the first 2 vowels I see. I build my very long bridge, and I count my consonants. There are 3 consonants on this bridge, kiddos. There is a rule in phonics. I cannot have more than 2 vowels on a bridge. I can never have more than 2. But I have 3. So what we have to do is something I call, oops. Oh no, it's okay. There we go. What we can do is what I like to call scoop and group. I have to get it to where there are only 2 or less consonants on this bridge. And right now there are 3. So what I'm going to scoop is my because I know that I've seen that on a card when we do our drills. I know makes a sound together. I've never seen on a card together, but I've seen on a card together. So I'm going to scoop them, so now I only have 2 consonants. And remember the rule, when I only have 2, I divide down the middle. I know C-A-M-P is closed because there's that holding the A in. It's squeezing it. It doesn't have a lot of room, so it's short. The rest of my word, I see that vowel consonant E pattern. The I says its name. The E loses its voice. Campfire. Okay? All right. Let's look at number 15. All right. Look for what I know. And I know that ness is a suffix. I can box it. It means state of. It also means act of. Okay? All right. So let's look at K-I-N-D. Oh, what do you see in this word? I-N-D are one of the wild old words. I-N-D says ind. That I is long, okay? It follows that weird pattern. So this says kindness. Okay? All right, number 16. What do I know? I see the consonant L-E. I have to decide now what my I says. Well, this is closed because there's this M. So my I says I, so it says simple. Number 17, what do I know? I see the consonant L-E, which is B-L-E. This is closed because there is a B after my E, so my E says eh. And I cross my other B out because I'm not going to go pe-b-bull, right? I don't say it twice. So I have to cross one of them out to remind me to only make one B sound. So pe-bull, okay? All right, just like with bikes. When I look at this word, I know that wave is a word by itself. And I know this S means more than one. Or if I'm looking at this as a verb, this S is saying that it's happening right now, okay? Regardless, the S goes at the end. It says, okay, waves, okay? My E is a magic E. It jumps, the vowel consonant E pattern. Okay, number 19, look for what I know. I know mint. We've talked about this one, right? Means state of. I see the vowel consonant E pattern. So my E jumps the S, makes my A say its name, and the E loses its voice. And number 20, less, is also a suffix. It means without. My E jumps the M, makes the A say its name. The E loses its voice, so this says blameless. So what this means, kiddos, is that I am without blame. You cannot blame me. I am blameless, okay? All right, so here is the whole list coded. I'm going to take a picture of this in case anyone needs that later. Okay. What you are going to do, that's it for today. That's all we're going to do today. That's a really long lesson, right? And I know that that's hard to do over the video in class. We would be doing them together and we would be, using talking chips. And I get that this is long, but it's really important that we know how to say all of our spelling words. We know all of the rules in our spelling words, and that we also know how to attack a word like this if I was in my reading. If I saw this word, I came across it in my reading, I know how to attack it. Okay, kiddos? All right, so this is your list for the week. Please make sure this is written down. Please make sure you are studying. You will have a test over this. My in-class kids on Friday, my virtual kids on Monday. Okay? So please, please, please make sure that you are writing this down so that you can study it and have it. Because even though this is it for spelling today, that doesn't mean you should just put it away and not touch it again. You should probably go over these words. Those spelling activities on Classroom from last week, those are really good ways to practice your spelling words. So if you feel like drawing some rainbow letters or writing them 3 times each, or doing a practice test, or coming up with a cartoon or a story with them, those are great ways to practice your spelling words, okay? All right, kiddos, I cannot wait to see you tomorrow when we dig into some more phonics, and we just become better phonics masters every day. All right, kiddos, see you later.